Odyssey, see? Tutto άδικον εστίν. Ου δύναμε πιστεύειν τούτο.
We'll be watching you, Miss Dios.
At least give them a welcome first.
Fine. Pericles welcomes you to his symposium.
The hijinks that Genie offered, it was good. Dan Castellaneta as Genie was a stroke of genius. He was a good villain for Robin Williams. Hercules, I think the problem I had with Hercules is... Okay, so with Aladdin, they had the cast to work with, you know. They had Aladdin, Jasmine, Abu, Iago, Genie, Carpet, Sultan, all that. You had a pretty full cast of characters you could do stuff with. With Hercules, they had to invent characters. And then they also had to do the classic, put him in a school.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, the Emperor's New Groove. They also gave him.
And that one I didn't like either because it was the same thing. You know. It was just,
yeah, I think Hercules worked better than that though.
Hercules worked better than that, but it's just put him in a school. I didn't really get into that. The Little Mermaid one had creative ideas, but the issue I had with the Little Mermaid one was it forgot so often the fact that Ariel wanted to go to the surface, and it focused on so many other things. But I guess on some level that makes sense, but the whole crux of Ariel's character was her desire for the surface. But I don't remember many episodes at all addressing that.
Who can say? And hello, Dr. Leon. We had a pretty good day.
Long day, that's for sure.
And now we're going to... Oh, I could kill him right as I go into the symposium. We're going to go visit Pericles and the rest of the Athenian elites. Oh, hey, Phoebe!
Alexios, it's you!
Phoebe?
You promised we'd see each other again, and now we have.
You just had to pick a city that's under direct siege to come to, didn't you, sweetie?
Yes.
Okay, almost out.
Hey there, Hannah Banana.
Hannah Banana.
How did you even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmi working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
I shivved a man and stole his boat.
I needed a drachmi for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I sneaked on a ship.
Imagine saying that, like, you come over more, hey honey, I'm home. Oh, how was your day today? I shivved a man and stole his boat.
I don't remember much of Athens from
That's what I'm saying, Phoebe did.
Another day at the office.
Once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
Have you tried Jason out in Dead by Daylight? They want to know if you've tried out Jason.
Yeah, I tried out Jason.
I can't believe
I've tried him for 3 matches.
I can't believe we both
And
made it to Athens.
your verdict?
So much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get
I
you
got
ready.
bullied.
I have
Two
to
of
make
them
sure
I actually did
all
okay
your
at the
weapons
third.
and change into these clothes.
Yeah, they nerfed his speed.
Yeah, his speed. Here's the thing: Jason is a cool concept. I like his power in theory, and it can have some really cool moments. And it's so satisfying when you land that hook, not the hook, the spear,
It's just what you
which
do.
is really that's satisfying.
I felt weird at first,
My issue
but
is 3
forget
things.
about
Number
it being
1,
fast.
his speed is ludicrously
Don't
bad.
worry,
Like I
I'll
hate
take
how
it.
slow the dude is.
You don't want to
You
scare
feel like
people
you're
in there.
moving. You feel like you're moving at a snail's pace, while all these other survivors can just loop you. 2, he is very map dependent. Certain maps will not work on. The first map I got with Jason was the swamp map, and that's just an awful killer map in general because killers struggle with it. And 3, I feel like some survivors
to hire you.
are a little bit.
She asked me on her own.
That was
Okay,
lucky.
I feel like they still need to give it a pallet density because there are way too many safe places a survivor can run to get away from Jason when he pops out. Because the thing is, smart survivor. It's kind of like with
But don't worry.
Five Nights at Freddy with Springtrap. A smart survivor knows how to watch the door for when Springtrap's going to show up. It's the same thing here. There's this long animation when Jason appears, and survivors will see that, and they have like a whole 4 or 5 seconds to start running. So you don't really get that much
Now you
needed
look like everyone else.
window to attack,
like
which
it's a good
hurts
thing.
him in a big
It
way.
is. If you
Um,
want them to take you
I don't
seriously,
dislike him.
this
I think
is
he's
the
cool,
easiest
but they need to up his
thing.
speed. And I know why they make his speed so pitiful. It's because he's a ranged killer, and they always make ranged killers a little slower. The problem is he's the only ranged killer with a single shot weapon.
No way.
Yes, it's easy for him to reload, but let's say that you're in a loop and you only get one shot and you miss. Well, now you need to leave the loop to reload, which gives the survivor time to find a new place to loop or just wait for you to get back and you're just wasting time. So it's not like Huntress where you have multiple hatchets, Deathslinger where you can easily reload, Trickster where all you need is a locker, and those lockers are pretty much everywhere. He's a very neat killer,
Athenians have no
and I'm
problem
glad he's here,
when I'm not welcome.
but
It's a relief to see
he's
your friendly
bullyable,
face.
at least to me, and I'm having trouble with him.
Intimidate you.
But that's my stance.
Pericles is no
Oh,
king.
you heard it from the bird himself.
Guests to love him. So
I
the
enjoy
people
him,
love
but
him. And they
Which killers could be considered more evil than the Knight?
well, I mean, many of them are more evil than the Knight.
They will if you get them.
The Knight is a sociopath. He believes he's very much like Astria and all that. He believes in strength for the sake of strength. He believes that strength defines everything.
Introduce you to
But there are killers way more evil than that. Jason is more evil than that.
the way to
Ghostface is more evil than that.
The Shape,
The Shape is more evil than that. Because these are killers who just want to kill.
the Clown.
They get a thrill from killing and hurting people. The Knight, he doesn't necessarily want to kill for the sake of killing. He just wants to live in a world where his strength gives him true purpose.
He's a writer of comedy.
And he finds that
Of
in
all
the world of
things.
the enemy.
Comedies, Euripides.
Apparently they're not a fan of comedies. Okay.
He looks more like a lover's quarrel to me.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies. You should drink more. Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more notice than his works. However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
But don't worry, Socrates is irritating the crap out of him.
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in the door.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing
Please,
just
not
declared
Diogenes.
like an ape is
Evening
Thrasymachos.
Athenian guard stabs him in the neck. Athenian shook him. Well, why did we invite him? Because it was fun.
He and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. But
This feels more like Greece than Egypt.
Definitely seem to critique.
It is Greece. We're in Athens.
Where is Pericles?
Oh,
Yep, we're doing well, Trailblazer.
which reminds me, there's something I need to get his help with.
What's actually interesting is that is actually a factual. Oh gosh, Alcibiades, I forgot about you.
Expect him. Warrior, protect me from...
Do not touch. Do not touch. You bad touch. Bad touch. Very bad touch.
Is not
Back
a
off.
time for jealousy, but for love.
Get out. No. You're thinking of Origins. This is Odyssey. This is all Greek. It's all Greek to me. Though, admittedly, when you're in Origins, there's like if you go through Alexandria, it looks pretty Greek because, well, it is.
Be good and don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a party like this?
Well, at least there's a drink. Fulgrim? I don't know. I think I prefer Fulgrim.
This is going to be a long night. Parties should be about vomiting up blood, not vomiting up poetry. These people are so clean.
It disgusts me.
Guests aren't to your own unique tastes. Then just focus.
Yes,
on
so many
what
Assassin's Creed games get confused. Understandable.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Pericles is here somewhere, and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your sister said.
Right.
Agreed. Pericles needs to know. I'll stay here and look for clues.
I hope they know something about your mother.
Odds aren't great, but whatever. Anyway, what is interesting about this is it is actually historical documented that Pericles was, despite his lofty position in Athens, was kind of introverted. He would throw these parties to try and win people over and win their support, but he didn't like interacting and mingling on them. He was good at talking to a crowd, not so much doing a one-on-one conversation. Alright, I gotta know what's going on here.
Yes, you come and talk to this infuriating Asgard. I've had my fill.
Perhaps later. First, explain to me your point again.
I'll tell him what your sister said. I hope they find your mother. Her old bird. That wasn't meant to be an insult, but I see where you get that idea. What's up,
I
dude?
suppose you've come in here to mock me for my fight with Euripides.
That wasn't my intention, but sure, William. You lost. You're a rich, arrogant ass.
I've seen lots of fights. That wasn't one.
A little tiff, more like it.
I really made a fool of myself this time, didn't I? I'm Sophocles, though I'm sure you knew that. And you are?
Both of these.
Looking for information that'll help me find someone. A Spartan woman.
Why are you looking in Athens?
Woman in Athens. Sounds intriguing. Though, if you expect me to notice someone other than myself, you expect too much. You go
Ah,
back to everybody.
regular Narcissus over here. Like, what's your opinion, the best assassin in the Kenway bloodline? The best assassin, it depends on what you mean by assassin. If you mean, like, which one held to the tenets of the creed best, and was overall the best for the assassins, I would have to say Edward, though rough start out as a pirate. If you want to, we started out with a pirate. He did at some point, like he did eventually come around to the ways of the creed. Was very effective for the assassins and did very well. If you're looking for who's the best fighter, just raw fighter, probably Connor. But I'd dock Connor some points is because though he talks about the creed occasionally, he really isn't bought in. He's just doing it because he believes it'll help his people. And at the end of 3, he's kind of like, again, this is why I don't like the story of 3. The writers wrote a movie like super remorseful, just like, oh, the Templars were actually kind of right. My father was right. America's, ugh. And so that's why I have to dock him some points. But I think if you like put Edward Prime versus Connor Prime, I think Connor Prime wins. Just because man is built like a brick house.
You're awfully worked up over Euripides. You sure you're just friends?
I'm never just anything, foreigner. Though I confess, Euripides and I hold a bond deeper than brotherhood. Why he slams it with that banal young plaything, Aristophanes...
Maybe because the other guy isn't a narcissist, I don't know. Right?
I'll get the wine.
Wonderful. Now, if you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what
Why
it can
not?
do to
Sweet
him.
wine's great.
Absolutely
I mean, I get it if it's not your preferred thing, but still.
It wouldn't be a party.
So did you finish Valhalla Story? I have not touched that game in many moons. I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to it. But it's just, I prefer Odyssey so much more to Valhalla. Alright. You there.
Arrogant playwright. I don't see many distinguished guests in here. Can I help you with something?
I need to get wasted.
I'm here for your sweet wine.
Yes, take it. But get out of my kitchen. I'm very busy, you know.
Yeah, you looked very busy. At least it was Shay Cormac. By the way, I laughed when Ubisoft made the post-basic Shadows sucking major mustard gas levels and shit. Yeah, that's not quite how they put it, but that's the way I interpreted it. And it only makes sense to me that, and this is the problem. I think what they need to start doing, and I think every major gaming company should start doing this, is when they are writing, like throwing out ideas for scripts and other stuff like that, they need to have somebody who is outside of Silicon Valley or and just they need to vet things before they get too far. So someone goes like, hey, like have a guy who's like a cultural expert. I don't mean like a diversity cultural expert. I mean someone like, say, for example, with Shadows, have someone, say, from Japan come and say like, hey, does this look good? And if they go, no, they go, okay, what's the issue with it? And so that they can correct it. That way we don't. Yeah, I know, but with Shadows, they still got crap out.
Well, no, what happened was Shadows reached out to Japanese individuals, but they ignored what they didn't like. Like, when the Japanese consultant said there were issues, they ignored them. They only listened to the voices that agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll notice that a lot of them were born and raised in California.
Yeah, well, and that's my point. That's why I said, like, someone that's not from Silicon Valley, someone that's actually thinking, and they need to heed that advice.
When I need to relax, I start to fight.
You expect a lot.
You, though.
I'm not saying what I expect, I'm saying what needs to be done.
After my argument,
I think I'm making my own gaming company if it ever comes to get the chance. Leviathan Gaming. That's a baller name. I like that. You should have a drinking competition, my boys.
Could both use a drink. Let's play a game.
a competition.
Ah, wonderful idea. Every pity seems quiet, but he never turns down a challenge.
Well, if you brought us some wine, I wouldn't be opposed to showing this young one how we Argives drink.
Yes, drink up.
Shall we?
Ubisoft, the cult of hypocrisy and favoritism. Sometimes it seems like that.
In my day, this would be considered nectar
Well,
of
the
the
issue
gods.
I have is Shadows is a perfect example of everything that can go wrong with a game.
I'm
At
only
least
here
in my
because I'm
opinion. I
searching
know
for
there are
someone.
worse games out
And
there
yet
than Shadows.
it
but
gave us the distinct impression
what I find
it was
truly
here to
funny,
fill our wine.
no,
Let's
I don't
focus
find
on
it
that
at all. What I
first,
find
shall we?
abysmal is from the
Ready
moment
for
Shadows revealed itself, from the moment the trailers came out, I was already saying my concerns. And people told me, you're a hater, you're a racist, you're
I can hardly
sexist, you're a
stomach this
bigot, you're
pig's
xenophobic.
I could
Give it a
outdrink
chance, let
both
the
of
game
you
come
with
out.
one
You haven't even
hand.
played it yet, it's just a trailer,
Let's have
blah, blah,
some
blah.
more.
Came out. I got to play it. I
You
tried
ready
it.
for another?
I didn't like it. I said my piece. I said the narrative wasn't going anywhere good. It was overbloated. The way that it handled the characters was piss. The way it approached historical accuracy was piss. I didn't like it.
You, I like
People still
you.
said you're a racist,
Who
you're
brought you
sexist,
here?
you're a bigot, you're a
I
loser,
brought
blah, blah, blah.
myself. I'm on the trail of a woman
So I
who
left it
fled
alone.
Sparta a long
Every
time
now and
ago.
then I'd come back and say another little piece about it and how
She
I don't
lost
like
two
it.
children.
And
She
someone
had
would say,
no
you're just a
choice.
loser. It sold well, it sold super well. It was one of the most highest grossing selling Assassin's Creed games ever. Blah, 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 blah.
Spartan mothers
And
go
now-
to sanctuary in Argolis to beg us.
Now the numbers are in.
I should know
It did
it's
not
my
sell
home.
well enough
After
to
what
say
she
that we
went
saw.
through.
It
I'm
sold
not sure she
decent.
would trust
I'm not going to say it didn't sell decent.
I think it barely broke even.
Yeah, and that's because of name. That's because of brand recognition. It's Assassin's Creed. People will pay for Assassin's Creed because they recognize the name. So it sold about as well as any Assassin's Creed game could sell. But it did not. It was not the banger that they were hoping for, and the Ubisoft stock numbers and financial records show. Yeah, they did poorly. It's the poorest they've done in a very long time. And now they've admitted, yeah, the game did not do well. We're hoping this last DLC will give it some grace.
You can stop hiding in
The
here.
narrative is not like
Everybody won't notice you
people
coming
did
out.
not care for it. We recognize it was bad.
Hiding.
But we're hoping that this last DLC, this last
War has come to
update
us.
we're going to give it
First they take our homes.
is going to make up for that.
I don't see how it can.
I don't think it can. I think they're saying that to try to remind people, hey, please keep playing when no one is anymore.
Tell him I said thank you for another colorful evening.
And what's funny is I should feel happy because I was completely vindicated. I said it was bad from the start. People told me I was stupid for it. Now they're having to admit, yeah, we know it wasn't good. I should be singing it from the rooftop, and all I can do is feel bad.
And so it isn't the rich and powerful, but the
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just sometimes you get. I won't even call it prophecy. It's literally pattern recognition to a certain degree.
Maybe that's what prophecy is sometimes. Just pattern recognition.
All right, not looking forward to this one. I'm only 3 hours into Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, that's a fun game.
Open this door, or I'll kick it in!
Don't mind her. She likes to watch.
Akabiatis, you have a woman in here? I'm surprised.
Such authority. Such aggression.
I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you like a redheaded stepchild. And not in a fun way, because I know you would make twist that. Yeah, well, welcome to this. This is Akabiatis. Believe it or not, an actual person, and apparently he was very popular and considered to be the most beautiful man of his time, and which is how he was able to win so many people over when it came to speeches and such.
Wide open for you.
However, here, I hate him.
I only came to this symposium to find someone.
Sounds like we
That poor goat, yeah. The goat couldn't stand to be in there either, and who could blame him? Why didn't Ares ever punish Aphrodite for cheating on Hephaestus with Ares? Pretty good question, because really the kind of thing is, Hephaestus kind of forced his way into that marriage. He, I know it depends on the, I know it kind of depends on the telling of it, but what sort of happened is, like, Hephaestus was thrown from Mount Olympus, and he basically crawled his way back up and, like, sort of, I forget who he trapped, but he trapped one of the gods in a special contraption of his own creation. And he basically said, hey, in return for getting over and freeing the god, you have to let me, like, you have to, one, let me live on Mount Olympus, and they're like, okay, fine. And two, I want Aphrodite as my wife. To which they're like, sure, fine. So do that. Aphrodite gets married to Hephaestus, and they get kind of, oh, heck no.
Now it's time for you to help me.
You know, Aphrodite, so Aphrodite was never, or wasn't quite a willing participant with Hephaestus.
I like that.
Focus.
And also, being the goddess of love, she got around.
Fled Sparta a long, long time ago.
Fled Sparta? No one flees Sparta. But let's pretend she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence.
Well, actually, Sparta is like one of the few places you could have something close to that, but okay.
The most resourceful women I've ever met have been in Corinthia.
Ah, yes, the town of Hues, or priests of Aphrodite.
Yetera. I've heard they play some sort of role in Corinth, but I assume it was the same as any other city.
You are correct, Dr. Leon, but different connotation.
Unlike any other you'll meet, a force, and the only ones there with any smarts. Ali, come back inside. Ooh, the celebration continues. When you reach Corinth, find Anthusa.
You're gonna have to tell Pericles he needs to disinfect this entire room.
City without her knowing. Until we meet again, warrior.
Oh, I feel unclean.
Anthusa in Corinth. It's not much, but it's a
Oh,
start.
Raven over here is typing up, I think he's actually typing up a story. Like, remember, he is a writer. So just enjoy the typing ASMR in the background. Alright, Socrates, my broski.
If it isn't the one who agrees that knowledge is most important.
I think we agreed our
For some reason I didn't get notification that the stream started. It's funky that way.
You remember. Perhaps our conversation can continue.
Alright.
We intend to use this young destruction to avoid the point being argued.
I'm intrigued.
Arguing a single point all night and no one has a black eye? You have my attention.
I'm so sure. Yeah, it's weird. Like sometimes, like I will sometimes get it. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes it'll let me know like
I'll ask you the same question
3
I asked
hours
you
after
every
it
single
started or something like that. It's like,
Would
why
you
now?
agree that the act
YouTube's
of
weird.
ruling is an art?
It is an art, as all worthy undertakings are. That is not
I'm just noticing that the absolute drunk idiot with a torch back there. I'm wondering,
The betterment of the patient,
wondering how
not the
he's what?
physician.
Wondering how the courtyard isn't on fire.
Not the builder.
Give it time.
Is the art of ruling not for the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
Don't be absurd.
Rulers are unjust. They can be.
I've seen enough of the world to know that there are no just rulers. Even Pericles is self-serving.
Is a Spartan general who brings order to his troops, thereby saving his own life, self-serving? I'm not sure that's the case.
Ruling a city and fighting in battle are different things.
By practicing the art of war, doesn't the general guarantee some of his troops...
Did you side with the Delian League or the Peloponnesian League? Probably the Peloponnesian League. And that's not to say I don't like everything that the Delian League has going for it, but the Delian League really just became Athens bullying like other league members to do its bidding. Like literally before the war, there were several islands that were part of the Delian League that were like, hey, Athens, we don't like what you're doing. We don't like the fact that we're paying you money, and instead of building ships to help defend the league, you're building all these cool stuff for yourself. We're going to pull out, to which Athens comes over and burns their island to the ground. One tried to leave the league saying, I'd rather serve Persia than continue to help Athens. And again, burned to the ground. So, and they had the audacity once they started skirmishing with Corinth, when they went to appeal to Sparta for help, they said, now Sparta, you're a pathetic, weak little city-state, stay in your lane while the real big boys go to work. We've, after all, fought in Egypt and fought against the Persians, and what have you done? The Spartans immediately went, all right, bet, and started to square up. So I think the Peloponnesian League, the Peloponnesian League was in the right on that one. Does it mean everything they do is great? No, but I'm kind of like, I think I lean a little bit more that way than that.
You just said a general isn't self-serving when he brings order to his troops. Then you said he is self-serving because retreating would save the lives of his men. What are you trying to say?
I never tried to say anything.
But you just said those things.
I said the words, but I didn't say anything at all. I only attempted to gain your view on the matter.
It's a shame we're limited to almost like binary and trinary choices with Socrates, because I would actually love to give like real answers here. Over the entirety of their walls, the war they had behind their walls, for the most part. However, they did, hi Aspasia, how you doing? But a lot of the times, like on the sea, they were very active and engaged, and they did win a few, but the league did win a few battles against the Peloponnesian League here and there. But the problem is, once Sparta teamed up with Persia and figured out how to work the navy, Athens was done for.
I couldn't help but notice your talent for debate. Well done.
That wasn't that talent. I was just a discussion at that point, really.
Interesting character.
Ah, Phoebe. Pericles has retired to the balcony already, has he? His ability to sneak off and sulk is second to none.
Hey, don't judge us.
And Alexios can help. Everyone listens when he talks.
It's more likely because I'm typically armed when I'm doing the talking.
Alexios will be right behind you. Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aspasia.
No, I already read the thing down there. I can tell.
To cover up your work in Megaris.
You've been spying on me.
Spies have been watching. I knew you people couldn't be trusted.
We do
Says the mercenary. Lysander beat the crap out of them in the sea in on the Marmara region. Yeah, like this is why Lysander is very well remembered. He is in the game actually. He actually gives you some missions. That'd be fine if I had my.
These may be the nicest clothes I've ever worn, but I feel a bit uncomfortable, to be honest.
You never really get used to them. It seems we have the attention of the entire room without a single eye being fixed on us.
I don't know, a guy in the back's been staring you down since you walked in.
And do it discreetly.
I can be honest, what the hell did you do in my living room? Why is this goat eating my couch? Never invite Alcibiades to a party. Never.
I've been searching for a woman named Mirini, my mother. I think she may be in danger, and my search brought me here.
What clues do you have to her whereabouts?
A physician named Hippocrates may have seen her in Argos.
He's a good man.
See if we can take that Hippocratic oath.
There, do let her know Aspasia sends her regards. What else?
Alcibiades gave me the name of a woman in Corinth.
I'm sure he did. My dear friend, Andusa, is the only one I know who's enjoyed a life in Corinth through legitimate means.
Yes, legitimate means.
That's all I have.
There is another option. In a former life, when I needed something done or someone found, I
didn't think you believed in reincarnation, but go ahead.
What's his name?
Her name is Xenia.
Sure.
Chaos. A word of caution. When you go to her, be on your guard. Sea life makes a monster out of most people.
Yeah, I didn't do that to Barnabas. He's a pretty chill dude.
When you're done, return here. Together, we will find who you're looking for. Now do me a favor.
Was Corfu under Athena rule during the Second Peloponnesian War? Not sure. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'd actually have to look into it. It's been a while since I've actually done pure line research. Like, the last time I looked like heavily into the Peloponnesian War was when I did the Cult of Cosmos video. Oh no, not the Cult of Cosmos. I did the Cult of Cosmos video and the Assassin's Creed Ranked. Ironically, but I can't believe I tried. I'm so used to just climbing up stuff that I was like, yeah, let me just climb up through here. Nothing should be wrong with that. But now I have to talk to Pericles. What of you? Oh, Pericles. Thank you, Phoebe. Sup, my fellas?
Alexios!
I didn't send for you. No matter how you've dressed for my party, Phoebe shouldn't have let you in.
Yeah, Aspasia sent me.
told me to come find you. She wants you to come down to the party.
Research they were allies with Athens in the 5th to 4th century BC. Just BC. We don't do BCE in this channel. We do it as the actual calendar demands. Because Common Era and before Common Era have a delineation mark. What is that delineation mark? Jesus! So just using BC and AD makes far more sense. It also includes a little Latin lingo. Oh, you're fine. I like to tease about it. But it was honestly a real shock for me because, like, the first time I saw BCE and CE was when I was taking an AP course in high school. And all of us were like, what the heck is this? And they're like, oh, it's like the new thing. They're like, why? And I've never gotten a good answer on why to change it. So what Raven takes on the new Mania movie? Mania? I don't know if either of us know about that. Does it mean before Common Era, before Christ emerged? It means it actually means before Common Era, but some people joke it says before Christian Era. Which honestly, if they said that, it's like okay, a little weird, but whatever. It's still an accurate descriptor. But the problem is when you say like this is the Common Era, this is before the Common Era. It's like okay, what makes the Common Era common? What makes before the Common Era before that point? You need to tell me what that is. I get the idea that's like, oh, we're trying to secularize historical dates, and I get the logic of why to do that, but you've done it poorly because just saying this is Common Era. What makes, say, 10 AD common, whereas 10 BCE uncommon? You don't have a proper reason for that. The delineation is before when we believe Christ was born. And so before Christ and after, and not after death, it's Anno Domini, in the year of our Lord, makes more sense.
I don't understand why you had Anaxagoras ostracized. Socrates.
Moana. Oh, Moana live action. I don't think I can ask him real quick. Hold on. Raven.
So you did this
Raven.
to protect him?
Anaxagoras understood my fears. 10 years may be a long time.
They want to know your opinion on the fact they're making a live action Moana movie.
Why?
Why send Metiojos to
No, I don't mean why do they want to know. That's my question to the fact that they're making it. Why?
I would agree.
It seems
Like that.
you have many loyal
That's
friends.
stupid.
My people
That's effing
are
stupid.
important to
Why
me.
would you want to do that?
Your
Why
life
on
is
earth?
in danger.
Why would they want to do that?
Herodotus was saying, this cult doesn't.
Oh no, don't. I don't need to ask. They want to make money. They want to make money, and they think this will make them money. Well, Disney's in for a shot.
I think it shows a sign of creative bankrupt. Like what was the last new idea they had? Like you're running out of ideas so quickly that you have to basically make a live action of a movie that came out like 5 years ago.
Let me see. I'm curious. What is on?
Spartans outside the walls, people crammed inside.
2016.
I don't envy
It came out
you.
10 years ago.
Even so,
Okay,
there is
still.
another city I'd rather live in.
I can't say
That's
I know how
wild.
that feels.
Here's the thing.
When you find your place,
Live action remakes should
Aspasia,
only
send
be
me to see
made
what's taking you so long.
if the animation
Tell Aspasia I'll
or
be
the
right
animated version
I suppose this
was
is where our
inadequate
conversation ends.
to tell the story they wanted
Thank you
to tell.
again for helping me.
What would making it
My
live
guests were able to
action
help you in your
do
search.
to improve?
Time will tell.
And that is not a question where I'm trying to pull a gotcha. It is a genuine question. What do you think will be improved upon by making it live action? The only answer they can give, is that by making it live action, it will appeal to an adult audience. Let me be clear about
You
this.
look tired.
Adults watched Moana,
Have
the
conversation.
animated movie,
I
and
think
liked
that's the
it.
most talking I've ever done.
Animation is not just the realm of children's entertainment.
Are you leaving?
You've proven that by making several
enough of
animated
being
shows and
hospitality to
movies
last me a
that
lifetime.
address themes that are not child themes.
What are you
But
going to
leaving
do?
that aside, you're now saying, oh, well, the animated version was good for kids, but we're going to tell this story for adults now. Okay?
There is a
Cool. It's
physician
for
in
adults.
Odyssey
What's
that
it
may be able
about?
to help me.
It is about a princess who wants to
never
discover
been
who she is and
No,
discovers a
fine.
magical
I
demigod
just
who
need
can
to talk to
transform and
Okay,
sings really
good.
catchy songs while wielding a
would
magic
make
hook.
people sick.
This sounds like a child's story. Yes, but it's live action, so you must take it seriously. The realm of children's entertainment is not about the medium in which it is told. It is about the story itself.
Not going to beg to come along.
They have forgotten
No.
this.
I'm happy here.
They think it's easy, guys, easy money. We make one product that's animation, appeals to children, and then make that same product but do it live action, appeal to adults. Not how it works.
I'll see you soon,
The
Phoebe.
only way you make that work is if you try to tackle adult themes in the same story, but I guarantee you that's going to fail because everyone's going to see how it's forced. Like they did this with The Little Mermaid. They did this with Beauty and the Beast. They've done this with Cinderella. They've done this with Mulan. They've done this with Sleeping Beauty. They've done this with, what's the other one that just came out? Snow White. In your attempt to make something more adult, you actually make it more childish. That's what made me laugh about Sleeping Beauty and Mulan. That's the movie. Sorry, Snow White and Mulan. You took what kids and adults could understand and made it even more childish. I'm going to make a prediction. Call me a prophet. I'm going to make a prediction. This film will receive incredible kickback from most viewing audiences. They will be banking on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's star power as playing, as whatever his name is, Maui. Because I know they're going to get Dwayne to play Maui. It's probably the only reason they're even doing it. Because Dwayne can do that. So they're banking on his star power. The CGI is going to be so blatant that, quite frankly, people are going to wonder why didn't they just keep it animated.
Mm-hmm.
If they keep the story the same, people are going to say it was better animated. And if they try to change the story, they're going to say you didn't need to make these changes. The film will, at best, break a little below even, and at worst, be forgettable. Because I'm going to be real, the original Moana didn't break any new ground with its messages.
Yeah.
It was neat. I enjoyed Moana. It had cool visuals. The characters were intriguing. A lot of the songs were good. I still love a lot of the songs. But it's not breaking any ground with its messages or its themes. It's about a girl who dreams of being more than she's meant to be, of discovering new things, of going on adventures, and about a demigod learning how to be true to himself and how to be honest with himself and how to overcome his own fears and his own trauma. It's good, but it's been done. It's been explored. We've seen it. So you're not breaking any new ground with it. This isn't something people are like, oh, we just need to see this from a new light. This isn't even like Frozen, where people tried to argue it's unique because it dealt with the idea of true love, not as in heterosexual romance, but instead as sisterly bonds, which, yeah, I can see the argument to be made there. That is a little unique. I'll grant you that. But Moana didn't do that. Moana didn't break new ground.
Come on.
It was cool visuals, cool animation, cool songs, entertaining, but overall nothing to write home about and say, oh man, this movie changed the world. So why on earth do we need a live action version?
I remember showing the movie to Mom and Dad, and Dad's comment was, why'd they give us the chicken? What happened to the pig? He's like, we could have dealt with the pig, but that chicken was worthless.
Yeah. What's funny is the pig was the one all over the marketing, but the pig did nothing.
I guess they couldn't find a justifiable reason why Maui wouldn't immediately eat him. Granted, I'd do the same.
Don't get me wrong, the songs are good. I actually think the soundtrack is one of the film's stronger points. But other than that, the big twist that Taka was actually Tafiti, like that was the big twist. I already knew that was the twist. Like from the start, they did not make that a good twist. I kind of knew from the start that was the case. So I don't want to be mean to Moana. It was a good movie. Of the Disney movies that come out in the last decade, it probably is one of the best. But
now that it exactly has a lot of competition.
Well, yeah, exactly. But genuinely, I think it's good. I'm not saying that to be, pedantic. I mean, it is good. You don't need a live action remake. And making a live action remake, the only thing a live action remake is going to do is make people want to watch the animated one again and just say, look at how much better this was. Maybe that's their goal. Maybe their plan is, let's make shittier versions so that people go back to what was good. And if that's the case, congratulations on reminding us what was good about Disney. We hate you now.
It's like it was only 10 years ago you were able to make something at least something of somewhat decent.
I do feel like Moana was the last genuinely good Disney movie. Let me take a look. Hold on.
I don't know. What was The Princess and the Frog made?
Let me look at...
I think Moana was more a comedy because of Hey Hey and Maui. Yeah, they definitely did advertise it more of a comedic aspect and more of a coming-of-age kind of thing.
Okay, let me see. Okay, so... Moana was 2016. Raya and the Last Dragon was 2021. That was awful. Strange World was 2022.
Yep, that was awful.
Okay, so now it looks like Moana really was the last genuine... Unless... I haven't seen Zootopia 2.
I've heard it. I haven't heard anything negative about it.
I haven't heard anything bad about it, but I haven't watched it, so I can't.
I don't want to be spotted here.
But let's look at the Pixar ones. Coco was 2017.
I heard good things about that one.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But maybe Coco was the last good one.
They're also coming out with a new Shrek. Yes, Shrek. The new Shrek movie has been memed to death because.
So it looks like the last good Disney movie was either Coco or Moana. Those are the last good animated Disney movies. Is that not sad?
I agree, it is. Alright.
Alright, anyway. Let me know if you need anything else.
Will do. Thanks for weighing in on that. Alright. There's supposed to be a guy around here, a slave, that I talk to that'll lead me to kill a Cult of Cosmos member. And he is quite literally the dumbest Cult of Cosmos member you will find. Why don't you put a helmet or hood on Alexios? Because a lot of times I think he looks better without whatever it is. It depends on the look of the thing. Like this right here. This is what he'd be wearing right now. And I know I'm weird for this, but like the horizontal plume or crest, rather, I don't like the look of it near as much as, say, the vertical. But the other doing it. But do I have a hood? Yes, you can get a hood in this game. For example, there's two types of hoods. You can wear this one. Hold on, let me show what it looks like. So you can get this one. This one, you know, got a pretty good look. And you also have this one. This is supposed to be what the standard hood looks like. This specific one is Penelope's Shroud. However, I typically wear what provides the best gear, and this is what provides the best gear right now. You can change the appearance for helmet free. Yes, you can, but I don't want to necessarily have to go through and like change that every single time. But we'll see, we'll see. I mean, because honestly, you know, Alexios ain't a bad looking dude. Ain't a bad looking dude. He can rock this as well as he can. But where is it? I might have to progress more in the story. I don't know. There was also a clue to another one of the from a pole mark and an Athenian fort. I'm not sure if this counts as a fort. What are you? I'm not sure. You're just a marksman. Need a little bit closer. Let's see. Kill Captain. Yeah, there's no pole mark here. Yeah, Spartan War Hero armor looks great. Alright, so let's see. What else do we have? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to do a job for Cleon. I completely forgot about that. But, you know, life be crazy that way. Might have to check out this area, too, to see if I can find any more, stuff. But anyway, while we're here, let's go ahead and take care of that. Head to the altar of Zeus. Thank you. Just saying you don't have to go to a blacksmith. I know I can change it in the inventory. I've done it before. It's just typically like since I collect so much gear so frequently, I'm always swapping stuff out. So it's kind of like, do I want to have to go and like change it every single time? Particularly if like I get another piece of equipment that I think actually looks good with another piece of armor. It's just for sake of expediency. But if you want it that badly, hold on. Let me see if I can't figure out how to do it again. Okay, so toggle headgear. Let's see, how did I used to do that? That's not engraving lists. Detailed stats. Actually, hold on. I'm going to have to probably switch to stealth mode anyway. So I am wearing headgear in this. Press Y. Okay, just so I can refresh my memory on how to do it. Alright. Oh, it's not Y, it's, well, actually, it's square. Because I'm playing on PlayStation. So yes, I could change it to some other stuff. We'll change it to... what would work well with this? I'll just go with the basic hood for right now. And I got my bonking stick. I thought you were playing on Xbox. No, it's kind of weird. When I play a lot of PC games, I use an Xbox controller. But obviously PlayStation, I'm playing on a PlayStation. Use a PlayStation 5 controller. But no. But yeah, I can get confused back and forth because I play both. Run away, Mr. Elk. The goats are fleeing. Like, please don't send us back to Yakibiades. I assume that's what they mean to say. Oh, hold on. We got a board. Always angry! I am forgiving what you did to you and your pig missiles. Kinda just stood there and let me shoot you several times. I guess Kina's not on her A game tonight. I'm gonna wind up eating those words, I imagine. Oh, there we go. Portents the unholy. Woo-hoo. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. Anyways, hold on a second. Lark, you believe that the original SpongeBob animated movie is more faithful adaptation of the Odyssey than Nolan's Odyssey? I would actually go for like one, yes, but two, if you want an adaptation of the Odyssey that actually follows like the beats of the Odyssey but isn't quite the Odyssey, I would say Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? That was a good rendition of it. And honestly, if they wanted to have a more diverse cast of characters, but if they didn't want to keep Planet Soldiers, why didn't you just take the themes and storyline of the Odyssey and put it into another setting? You could have changed the names, had whatever dialogue you wanted. It may not have had the direct appeal, but you certainly wouldn't be facing the firestorm you currently are for taking a beloved Greek legend and myth and epic, and then trying to go, nah, I know better, and then trying to frick with it. But alas, it's all about the message, and also the worst interpretation and translation of the Odyssey and Iliad ever. I forget her name, but she should not be translating jack. We've got a lot of fellas down here. Spartans have taken over the quarry. Those are Spartans, right? Yep, those are Spartans. Northern Attica is firmly in their control. Judas H. Priest! It looks like there's a fight going on over there. Let's see, there's one more message over here. I always ask this chat, but so do you think the rapid spread of Christianity itself is kind of a miracle? In certain capacities, you could argue that, because like if you read Acts, like there are definitely like miraculous instances being going through. Now, bear in mind, there's a little bit of presupposition here because I myself am a Christian, so I believe there is certainly a miraculous nature to some of it. However, I would argue it was the miraculous nature of it is less on the actual spread. Because you can spread philosophy, theology, and ideas along trade routes and other stuff like that, and the Roman Empire was in a position to do that because they had a great road system, they had a great trade connection, and since at the time Christianity got started, Rome was relatively peaceful. I would say what really makes it more miraculous is the fact that it survived the many different persecutions. Because some people think the persecutions were overdone, and a lot of people think that the persecutions were constant. They varied between who was in charge. Sometimes Christians were left alone. Other times Christians were heavily persecuted against, like when Nero or Diocletian were in charge. And so, because of that, you see a huge crackdown on Christianity, but Christianity survives. Now, I make a point of this because there were other religions, like say Manichaeism, that were also cracked down on, but Manichaeism got eradicated in the Roman Empire. Like if you want to find Manichaeism after Diocletian ran around, you would have to go outside of Rome's borders into Parthia, or actually at that point the Sassanids, to find it, because it was gone, but Christianity continued to persist, and so I would think that there's a miraculous nature to that. But there are other secular scholars who have their own views on it, which are understandable. But I do think, but as a Christian, I do believe there were several miraculous instances that happened in the early spread of Christianity. Do you think Christianity managed to spread far, specifically like China, Korea, and Japan? We do know that Thomas the disciple, he made it to India. I believe there were some Christians that made it to China. I don't believe they ever made contact to Japan. And potentially Korea. The evidence there is kind of shaky, or rather, just not present. Hey Lark, I think what the new hero is going to be an Assassin's class. Reason why is look at the themes of the Battle Pass as Fox, so I think the hero is going to be a Fox theme hero. Interesting. We'll see if that prediction holds any water. But first, oh, it would be so tempting to kick this guy, but... I guess I'll just have to settle for kicking you. Hey! I couldn't get the right angle. Thank goodness no one saw. Dang it, you ruined me. Get over here. Okay, I maybe not kill him, but that should have hurt him more than it did. Tell you what, come back up here. Missed me! You saying glory or dory? Yeah, like a weapon. Das Guten. Howdy there, bud. Alright. This has been another adventure in... Are we serious right now?
Yeah.
You want to be a hero? Go be a hero down there.
Where I can't see you.
Gosh, the strings are... I love it. It was just like... When I was in Croatia, me and my brother were passing through a Catholic neighborhood in the evening, so we were kind. They were so kind, and the whole neighborhood was clean and peaceful. Glad you found a good neighborhood there. I have never been to Croatia. I've been to Romania, never Croatia, though.
Yeah, in Croatia.
I wasn't asking for your surrender, bud. I feel like my climbing is always slowed when I have people pursuing me. By the way, I'm stealing your stuff, boys. We'll see if they figure out where I am. Are you guys still fighting up there? Yep. How'd that work out for you, bud? Oh, crap. Oh, thank goodness that was in water. Otherwise, that could have been real bad real fast. So it's kind of a mix. Some were nice, others were snooty. Yeah. Parts of Western Europe can get really snooty really quickly. Ah, man, looks like Leon's contact is just hanging around.
Too late for Seems like Cleon's messenger wasn't the only one captured. Maybe I can help them too.
Level up. Alright, let's see. What to get? Improve my weapon capacity. Gear master. Increase armor. We're going to improve our critical assassination ability because I want to be able to shift people properly. Paris was the worst. Yeah, Paris is so bad. Like, let me tell you, like, there are Japanese tourists that have to go through, like, therapy to cope with that, because, like, they believe every, like, great story they've heard about Paris, like, oh, it's the wonderful, it's the city of lights, it's this, that, and a bag of chips, and then they go there and they're, like, so horrified by what it actually is, and so disappointed they have to get therapy. So, yeah. I'm not a big fan of Paris myself. I have no desire to go. Okay, that's not entirely true. There's some historical things I'd love to see, but you weren't supposed to notice me!
There are better places to visit in France than Paris.
Yeah, actually, the place I would like to visit, I know it probably would have similar problems, would be Marseille, because, I don't know, Massalia has always interested me. I'm gonna die in a or actually no, I die in the middle of some sort of Atlantean slab for some odd reason. French themselves are okay. It's just from Paris. It's from the city of lights and love to the city of a-holes. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm kind of like that with a lot of big cities. It's just like, because I remember like talking with people that are out of the country, and they're like, "Hey, have you ever gone to New York?" And I'm like, "No," and I have no desire to go. It's like, why not? Isn't there a lot of cool things in New York? Like, yeah, but I don't think like to quote my father, New York City looks great in the rear view mirror. So I feel that. Chicago too. I've actually been to LA though, and LA, the traffic alone was enough to make me go, nope, not going back there. Though it was fun that we pranked a guy from not in TMZ. Yeah, we pranked a TMZ guy. So, fellas, did you find him? All right, a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. Thank you.
They're here somewhere.
Yes, where could I be? Oh, look, he can swim. But how are you at dodging? Come on, a little closer, buddy. Come say that to my face, buddy. Come on, a little closer, a little closer. Oh, what's the matter? Who's weak now? Stick. Very good. I should probably do the mission now, but, you know, messing around with guards is always fun. Lark, I missed this question from Fantastic History Stream, but would the dwarves have a civil war for fuel, like coal dwarves versus oil dwarves? I don't think you'd see a civil war for that. I do think you might see, them almost develop sort of lobby groups. By the time coal and oil are going to be here, because also you got to keep in mind, coal is going to be far more common in mountainous regions. Oil isn't going to be as prominent in a lot of mountainous regions, and so dwarves aren't going to have immediate access. I think you would have dwarves that would maybe, like in later centuries, they would use their mining technology and know how to become like the ones that live outside of the dwarven holds would probably get big into oil, and you might see like the coal barons of the dwarven guilds looking down their noses at the oil barons that live amongst humans as like, you're new money, you're not as good. A real dwarf sticks to traditional coal, not this stinky oil stuff. And then they change their tune immediately once they start mining uranium. Alright, everybody gets one. They're educated to hate the Turks due to their shared history. Shouldn't, like, most of Southern Europe feel that way? What about nuclear energy? Yeah, that's the thing. I think that you would see them, like, they would probably be okay to nuclear energy as long as they're the ones supplying the uranium or plutonium or whatever.
Thank you. My legs. You'll have to carry me.
I've been out of country only once on a class trip to Spain 2025. Aside from the occasional jerk, most cities I visited, the cities we were okay. Oh, we're okay. Alright. Dang, we have a whole patrol coming through. You're not a pole mark, are you? I know you're Strategos. But you're gold rank, buddy. Wow. If I wasn't carrying this dude, I'd come over and kill you, but I'll get you later. Do people in Barcelona claim themselves as Catalonians? I imagine some of them do, at the very least. But Barcelona's a big city, so I imagine you probably have some Spaniards there that aren't direct Catalonian descendants. Alright, let's chat, buddy. Don't they see the man carrying another man in a bush? At this point, they're afraid to ask.
Thank you. I need to get to my ship. I'll reward you well.
Alright.
Spartan patrols could find us at any moment.
Because I set you down on the road.
We need to get to my ship.
Alright.
I'll get you to your ship. Just point me in the right direction.
It's on the coast. Just south of Marathon Beach.
What's so important about this ship?
It's not the ship, but its cargo. It must reach its destination.
Then what's the cargo?
I'm not ungrateful for your help, but it's better you don't know.
Why is that?
Just believe me. What we do
You just have to believe, Alexios. Believe.
My payment relies on it. So, trust me, it will.
Do you think the conquest of Istanbul was a disaster for the Christian world? It was certainly a disaster for the Orthodox world. It was more of a surprise than anything else, and just give me a moment. Anyway, but yeah, so the sacking of Constantinople for the final time when the Turks took it, it was a huge shock because though the Byzantines had been losing land for generations at this point, they had always kind of been a consistent thing for the European world. And the fact that they had finally just been wiped out entirely was a huge shock. And so they're kind of like, oh crap. But there was also some benefits, like a lot of Greek scholars fled to Italy, which helped sort of kickstart the Renaissance as what we would know. Why do I hear a bomb in the background? Oh, I think Raven is playing R6.
Oh, I thought I muted it. Yeah, it's muted.
But how did we hear the diffuser going off? Weird.
It's muted.
Is there like an actual diffuser outside of my apartment? What's going on there, fellas? By the way, how you enjoying the bumpy ride back there? Throwing up? Good. Oh, looks like the Spartans and Athenians are having fun. No, Alexios. No, just take him off. Thank you. What the... What Jedi voodoo am I doing?
I don't blame Yeremus for talking. Spartans lack the most basic empathy.
Stay here. I'll kill these Spartans.
Do you want me to go over Athenian war crimes for you, buddy, so we can talk about who's really empathetic here? Just because they crushed down slave revolts. Alright, let's see. Got a few of them. Oh, lions! Hopefully going to take care of a few of them, but with that bruiser over there, they're probably going to have it handled. I thought it was Lark's latest gift to the IRS starting to count down. To quote the Joker, I may be crazy enough to take on the Batman, but the IRS knew. Thank you. I'd say the true end of the Eastern Empire would be in 1461, which was the conquest of Trebizond. I would say that was definitely the point of no return, unless they got serious outside. I mean, I know some of you, I won't name names, have probably played a Europa Universale game where you may have changed the Byzantine destiny. No judgments. I feel the same way. Actually, Byzantium is actually one of my favorite civilizations to play in Civ 5. Because who doesn't like flamethrowers on ships? Okay, he's weak. He's not. He's full health. I need to find a way to separate you. I can probably get that guy over there. Oh, good. Let me get it. Okay. We're in the bushes. Get some leather from the lion. Is he taking a leak? Oop, wrong button. I always get them mixed up.
Hey, buddy. Come in the reeds. It's the water's great this time of year.
Surprise! I really gotta start bumping up my assassin skill again if they're able to get past that. Thankfully, I took him out quick. Let me check and see my gear, because I got some new stuff. Maybe I can find something that'll boost my assassin ability just a smidge. No, makes it worse, actually. Oh, you, how about here? Ah, it's 21. No. Nope. Still the best. How about you? You good with assassin damage? Okay, kind of my last hope here for... Dang it. I need more assassin damage, you fools. What was that? How do you and Raven feel about the changes in 11th editions doing the 40k? I don't know all the changes off the top of my head, so I can't give a true opinion on them. Do you think Joker was scared of the IRS because they could literally arrest him and turn his headquarters into a Payday 2 loud heist very quickly? Yeah, that was probably the reason. What if the Turks chose Christianity instead of Islam? Imagine the Ottoman Empire trying to spread Christianity in Asia by conquering it. Well, you've just changed a huge factor here, because the Turkic people choosing Islam continued to how they fought. But if they chose Christianity, and let's just assume they go down the same path, they settle in the same region, they're still going to be running into... They would probably be working for the Byzantines quite a bit. I mean, the Ottomans already did do that. That's kind of how they got their start. But there's no guarantee Osman would appear as he did, but a Turkic nation would probably appear in Anatolia, and you might see, it might serve the fate of sort of like how the Bulgars shared with Byzantium, but on a larger scale. And they wouldn't get as much resistance in the lands they conquered, at least in Europe, because they're like, hey, we're still Orthodox Christians. I assume that's the Christianity they would go into. But you might see them get into some wars with the Catholic West here and there, just like the Byzantines did. Ooh. Hold on, maybe we have a taker here. Come here. Alright, got him. Leveling up annoy me. If I stab something in the jugular with a 6-inch rectangular blade, I expect them to die. Oh yeah, and I get that. But that's how the game is designed, so I'm going to play by them rules. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Come investigate. See what happens. And the jugular. There we go. If not being a Byzantine successor state, and not to mention it would probably give the Islamists a hard time conquering you. Yeah, that means that the buffer, like, even if they completely usurp the Byzantines, then they become the new buffer for the Islamic world to try and conquer through. And the Turkic people, I think, would give them a much rougher time, because their fighting styles were similar. Maybe not their methods. Or at least even get into the Balkans. Who knows? Because that is a big... It's like asking like what would happen if like the Russians had chosen Islam over Christianity. And why are you're peeing into the sea, man? Not cool. You at least got to wade in, so we have to guess.
Probably just a bird. But I'll check.
Well, this bird saw you piss. Wanted to make the water yellow, I'm making it red. Some of the changes in the 11th edition has monsters and vehicles taking mortal wounds if they roll 1 or 2 on hazardous rolls, and they add the attachment points. Interesting. Again, I understand the lore more than I do the rules of the actual game, and now I'm going to have to buy another. Like, I have the 10th edition rulebook, I'm going to have to buy the 11th edition rulebook when it comes out, if it hasn't already. I think there's only 2 or 3 more. Would you prefer Alexios or Cassandra with a real hidden blade? Probably Alexios again, just because I think he's the one that actually makes the better assassin / protagonist. They screw over Imperial agents by forcing them out of 1,000-point games. Yeah, I heard something about that, but nothing too crazy about it. Oh, shoot! Alright, boys, no need to thank me. Actually, you know what? Thanks is very much appreciated. Yes, I did save you. Bow down. Online download via PDF file. What, you can get it for free? Oh, the game, there's no way Games Workshop sanctioned that. Unless it's just, like, still in development, in which case they might.
You've done us a great service. On my return, I will make sure to acknowledge it.
Well, you did mention payment.
More than that, you will have earned the favor of some powerful people when they hear of what you've done.
Is that right?
I hear it's useful to have powerful friends.
This rope he doesn't kick down the wooden bars. Sometimes I do look at those cages like, you know, you could get out if you really wanted to.
And my ship awaits. Thank you again, Mistios. I hope we'll meet again.
I'm sorry, hackers did what? Don't worry, GW. James Workshop, don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. One of humpback whalers come at, like, just crash into the ship and sink it. Return to Keon. Oh my goodness. Well, since I'm here, someone started to raise a fund to kill little old me? Well, we can't have that now, can we? Right. Actually, let me check on the new inventory. Free and James Workshop approved it? Now that is a surprise, but a welcome one. Better armor, but not better stats. But it is it's just you're too good, man. You're too good. Too good stuff.
Come on. Off we go.
Alright. Phobos, you lay low. I gotta go take care of a little snitch. What kind of Turkic hero would you want him for honor? Like an Ottoman era warrior or a Golden Horde era? I think I'd probably want to go Ottoman era, something like a Janissary. I think that would give you the most differentiation from some of the other warriors. And I'm not sure what weapon I'd go with. Because Fira's already got the mace. I guess a sword might be interesting. Like a scimitar might be interesting. Odd that there's an Athenian camp here, but so close to Spartan stuff, but whatever. I suppose it is their neck of the woods. Janissary not a Turkic, but they could work too. Well, they're of Ottoman culture. Because I know, like, their recruitment process, but they would be trained to speak Turkic. And when you think of the Ottoman Empire, the Turks are the Janissaries are the ones you typically think of. All right, that's one captain down. You weren't using that ore supplies, would you? So I gave a James Workshop good bloody drugs. I don't belong here? How insensitive.
I'll find him soon enough.
If you thought you could actually do that, you wouldn't have hired mercenaries to try and come get me. Alright. Fine. But you're gonna get the big bonk. Give me that. Using it. Why didn't it take the shield? There's no way he's high enough to warrant me not being able to take it. Come on. Here, boy. Oh, look at that. Come on, come get me. Okay, him not being able to lose the shield makes far more sense. You keep shooting arrows at me. You! Alright, that's another one down. Well, prepare for disappointment there, buddy. Yeah, he was annoying. What about, hold on. I'll have to read that in a second. Alright, since you're gonna be like that, I will shiv you. Oh great, I have another mercenary after me. The Obtuse? What a name. Okay, we gotta find out about this one. Penelope the Obtuse. Soft flesh takes more damage from melee attacks, and you're on the wrong line of work. Takes less damage from poison, okay. When Penelope the Obtuse was a blunt instrument, if there ever was one, she was elegant in her simplicity. If someone gave her something to hunt, she wouldn't stop until she found it. In one particular instance, she sailed for 3 moons chasing her prey on the ocean from port to port. Alright, she can die. Is there anyone else here? Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, isn't that cute? Come try again. Oh, come on, it's gonna be fun. Come on. Yeah, come on, try again. Amateur. That sounds familiar. Are you the berserker? I think she has the same voice actress as the female berserker. Come on, a little bit further up. Ooh, try again. Or just playing King of the Hill bloody version, literally though. Oh, that's a strong hook you got there. Okay, maybe it wasn't a hook, but still. Whoa, still having trouble there. I'm still King of the Hill. You can't stop me. Ooh, another one. Gravity is not your friend, isn't. Do you not have object permanence yet? Killing you is going to be a mercy at this point. Yeah, for you.
My Zeus, you should know when to...
You were saying something funny? Try again. Is this bullying? Am I bullying her? I mean, I know she took a contract out on my life, but still. Mercenary gloves, okay. Alright, now I'm in tier 7. Nice. And in her death, she is demoted down to tier 8. Alright, who's the new one that's after me? Oh, I don't know yet. Whatever. Michael Jackson died. Hee hee. Oh, these are good assassin damage. Let's switch it up real quick. Conqueror's bracers. No, not quite. Bummer. I was hoping to improve, but, well, we can't have everything now, can we?
No.
Oh. Sierra the Spark. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to look up and see who's also... You cheeky fella.
You cheeky dick waffle.
Wait, you're only paying 158 drachmae to have me killed? I'm insulted.
As would I.
An ancient axe. Conqueror. Has anyone seen my Lark? Yoo-hoo! Culture of the Knife action would be cool. I honestly think the blazing gosh, what's he called? What's Griffin's new hero skin called?
The Scorching Herald.
Yeah, I think the Scorching Herald is the closest we're getting to a Polish hero. Hussar, yeah, but Hussars are heavily cavalry based, so I think you might have a hard time with that. Not saying it wouldn't be cool, just saying it's may not be feasible in the way you want. And ooh, look at you! Look at that Kopesh. All right. We're moving up in the world. That's nice. All right. Now that I've cleared this area, or have I?
Or am I?
Yeah, I got one more thing to burn. Just using a double barrel will kill the followers of Nego, as it should be done. Give me that. They shouldn't make their supplies so flammable. Alright. Now let's see. Who had the audacity? I was thinking the Hussar horse will basically play like a pirate with a saber and yeah. So maybe you could add like a hero skin for pirate or something to do that, but I'm not sure you could have like a full hero for him. Like I think the best way to put a Spartan in the game would just be have like it be a hero skin for Valk.
But no one would be satisfied with that.
True. Can't believe all these Athenians speaking Greek. Where do you think we are?
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
I need to play those games again. Those were vultures for a second. Thought they were going to start speaking like the Beatles. Hey, Paul, what do you want to do today? You think he's praying? He's not. He's just lamenting the fact that someone scuffed the marble stone flooring. He just got them. Yeah, the Khazar Turks were Jewish. Yes, I did. Well, they weren't initially. They converted to Judaism.
Isn't that nice?
Yep. It'd be kind of cool if they reused... Gosh dang it. Would be kind of if they reused horses for open cavalry game mode, but it would have honestly probably be crap. Yeah, it is weird, because like in the story mode, you did ride a horse, ironically with the Vikings, which was the one faction that would probably be least likely to be on horseback, but, you know, what are you going to do?
What do you need?
I need to sell you some stuff. Hmm?
Nothing.
Honor campaign had a horse section of the Vikings. I don't know if yeah, it was just that talking about that. But yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not sure they do that. Honestly, your best bet if you want something along those lines would probably to go for like Mountain Blade Warband. I really wish though like Mountain Blade Warband had like a For Honor's combat system, because then I think me and Raven would just never be stopped playing that. Oh no, I can be eyes. Do not make eye contact, do not make eye contact, do not make eye contact. Hi there!
Are you saying you don't want to make eye contact?
That is correct.
Okay.
Nice try, fellas. Alright. While he's trying to figure out where the heck I went, let me do some recon on this little outpost. Fidion, so you're the slimy little weasel that put a hit out on me. Well, you're gonna learn what happened to the last guy that did it. Those walls can't save you from me. Perhaps a Jenny de Clisson inspired skin for pirate? I think she was around before guns were invented, so it might not work. If it's just inspired, potentially. Also saving up as June 23rd, this guitar comes out. Oh yeah, that's right! Oh gosh, it's gonna be fun. We needed something other than hive scum. What the heck? Are you serious? You followed me all the way down. What's your beef, dude? Okay, fine, lady. Come, get some. Come get some.
You heard her.
You have nobody to blame but yourself. You could have walked away. Now, before I get a second mercenary on my back, I better start moving. The fact that that dude followed me around literally just for accidentally walking into the temple square. Bloody wild. Now, back to what I was doing. She had a ship named My Revenge. Ah. I don't know why, but I thought back to it. I said, nope, 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 nope. Oh crap, that's the newest mercenary. Please come closer. There we go. Nice try, fellas. The knights busted through the samurai gate all mounted on horseback. I don't think the samurai would have had them, and because they were in the mire, they still could have had some, but I get the point. I mean, we saw an elephant later on, so. But my point was that samurai, like historically speaking, they did operate on horseback quite a bit. now that's over with, I can report back to Cleon. Now, he is not on top of, everyone that I should need to meet in Athens should meet me up by the Parthenon. That way I can fast travel there easily instead of having to hoof it all across the city. Sup? Alright, looks like Cleon's living in an okay part of town. Again, being the wealthy demagogue that he is. House of Solon. Though given the storm strength, they probably can't use horses in warfare in a lot of places in the mire. So they may not be common. May not be common, but I still think they'd have some experience considering their history with them. But again, I was looking at things from a historical perspective, not a lore perspective, which I see which was where you're going for.
There were complications.
In what way?
Your messenger was dead by the time I arrived, but I was able to free the captain and the ship.
So apparently the Dawn Empire does extend outside the mire, but we just really don't see it because Her Honor refuses to do that.
They should be thankful for your initiative.
Not surprised.
What's in Mytilene that's so important?
People. We need as many allies as we can gather.
Yeah, because you've treated those allies so well.
This was more than I bargained for.
You'll be amply compensated. You have done me and the people a huge service. One day you will see your part in this great work.
Politician's helm. Ooh. Again, the assassin's damage is okay, but that's just that okay. If they were on solid ground, they would be fine, but I think since they're more rare since swamps is really horses friendly. Yeah, that's true. We don't need to watch the never-ending story again to see what happened there. If you know, you know. Alright, is there a thing here yet? No, there's not. I guess I have to progress on with the story. There is one more cultist I know that is in Argos. Midis, the banker, is in Argos. Well, he's my next stop.
Who needs democracy when Thrakmi rules the world?
The cult sought out what was old, looting tombs and ruins like petty grave robbers. Few knew what they were looking for. With the looting done, they tasked Midis of Argos with destroying all traces of their ancient sites from history. By day, he was known simply as a wealthy, if ruthless banker. By night, everything Medius touched turned to fire. All right. Well, let's go kick his butt. Oh, hold on, one of my old pictures. Ooh, lovely. Apparently I like sunsets. Let's get over to the docks. You're like that was traumatizing as a kid. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I bring up some tough memories for you? Because it's the never-ending story. Whoa. But yes, our childhood movies did love to traumatize us, didn't they? Anyone else remember Land Before Time? Or dare I say, American Tail? Right, I summon the Adrestia. I hate seeing horses get hurt. Yeah. Fire is really, moisture, I would say human, right? How do the knights manage to wear their armor when they're in the mire? Imagine you're a knight with, well, thing is, just because you're in a human area doesn't mean metal armor can't be used. Keep in mind, the samurai had metal armor in real life, even in human conditions, but they lacquered it. There are things like preparations and treatments that you can do as long as you maintain the armor. You can still have it in human conditions. It just means you need to have more wear and tear. Keep in mind, like a lot of later plate armor, the reason they were so shiny is because they were polished as a part of their maintenance. to basically make sure that they didn't rust up and other stuff like that.
But this won't be easy.
Well, it's a good start. All we can do now is trust the path the gods have laid out for us.
I'm not the only one looking for my mother. The cult that wanted Nicolaus dead.
Yeah, but the other interesting thing that would be, now that we're bringing that up, is the humid conditions of the mire. That would also be a problem for the Hatun if they were actually using like the bows and arrow tactics, because the Mongols, when they invaded into more humid regions, struggled because their bows would fall apart because the humid conditions would destroy their bows. Yep, they did. They enjoyed their lacquered armor. I love the Land Before Time and American Tale had a... could not read that. Before Time on VHS. Ah, yes, VHS. Just got off work. Well, howdy, Vulpecula. Good to have you. So make sure I'm heading in the right direction. I am. Gotta find a good docking point. Oh, hey! Humpback wanted to come in and say, hey. That's why you often never really see a lot of heavy armor among African civilization tribes in that region, because they could absolutely die of heat-stricken heavy armor. That's not the only reason. Bear in mind, in sub-Saharan African regions, a lot of them did not have the mining techniques necessary to extract the iron or copper and tin necessary to create a lot of heavy armor. And then, let's assume they did develop those techniques. Making weapons is one thing, but as you pointed out, unless you know what you're doing with that heavy armor, that can already lead to some complications in the hot conditions. But there was a mining issue as well, because like a lot of people like to bring up like, well, Mali was very good at getting gold, but yes, literally in Mali, like you could go and like find gold in like these bogs and other stuff. You didn't have to go through advanced mining techniques. They kind of had a lucked out in that regard, though some anthropologists might consider it unlucky, depending on how you look at it. What does a man got to do to get a dock for his ship? There we go. Do you read the Bible every week? Try to do it a little more frequently than that, but yeah. I do. Actually, what I'm in right now is I'm doing a little Bible study on the four Gospels. I'm right now working my way, about to finish up Mark, because what I will do is when Raven will be at work, sometimes if I'm able, I will go eat at his restaurant, and that way, while I'm eating, I can go over the verse, and then if I have any questions, me and him can discuss it. And so I've been doing that. Also, a few buddies of mine, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we meet in the morning, do some workouts, and then we discuss some Bible verses. So, and then of course there's Bible study on Tuesday night. So yeah, I do pick up the Bible about, I would say probably once a week is my overall average, because sometimes I miss other stuff. Raven has a restaurant. He's a assistant manager at OG. Alright, so The Kingdom of Hope. That is a ballsy title right there. How about that? I want to read the Bible, but I don't have the patience to read as much as I like. I get that. I have ADD, so like I get easily distracted. Particularly because if I'm reading like something that I like, it's like, you know, like the Bible stories you think of, like I'm locked in. But sometimes like I will struggle to read through certain parts of it, particularly in some of the drier reading. Like if you're getting through some of the weird parts of Numbers and Deuteronomy, falling asleep is not like literally when I was a kid. Like I remember I was suffering from some insomnia. It's like, what do I do when I can't fall asleep? And my dad's response was like, I want you to start reading Numbers and you will fall asleep. And he was right. Genesis, it's like, I don't know, Genesis has some wild parts in certain areas. It's like out of the first 5 books of the Bible, Genesis and Exodus are some of the most interesting. Look at that view. Take it in, Icarus. Take it in. If Aduros' temple. Wonder if he knows he has a temple. Looks like a guy's giving up burnt offerings. Alright. Back to, what's this? First do no harm. Alright, so literally to go meet Hippocrates, or Hippocrates as they like to call him, and which is probably the more accurate, I have to go in the exact direction I need to go Shiva guy.
Let's go.
So it all works out. I got Jason DVD yesterday. He's fun. I'm glad you're enjoying him. I wish they didn't nerf his speed, because I saw Raven playing him, and I was just like, man, he's like, the only one I think that's slower is Nurse. And I don't think his power lends him to be... Sorry, did not mean to run you over. I'm not going to stop running people over, because you guys are too stupid to get out of the way of my horse!
I was mad. I was mad.
Yeah, so those who don't know, Raven is playing For Honor right now, and so he just got 15 kills in one Dominion. The Rage.
Come on.
As I remember prayer. Oh, the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Let's see, hold on. Divine is the King of power, glory forever and ever. Amen. I always get the last part a little screwed up. But I always remember most of that in the King James Version. Oh, and Vulpecula says hi, Raven.
Hello.
Raven says hello back. But yeah, it is kind of just because before I was doing what I am now, like I was a part of a Bible study group called Discipleship Essentials, and like we had to all agree on like a version of the Bible that we were reading, and we picked NLT because that's the primary one our church uses. But when it was like, hey, you have a memory verse, and then we got to the Lord's Prayer, and what's funny is I had the same reaction Raven did when he went through it. It was like, listen, I know what it says. I know we agreed to NLT, but I will be using the King James Version for this, because that is how I remember it. Because KJV, the Knoweth Jesus version, as the bee might say. Indeed. I got a Shiva guy over here by this tree. I just know it. Because we know a thing or two, because we sing a thing or two. On the trail we blaze, the light it burns. Actually, that's another game I'm looking forward to later this year, The Blood of the Dawnwalker. I wonder also if we have any beasts in this area that I can hunt to impress the Artemis chick. There's one that's close, but it's in an Arcadia, or Arcadia. That's a much higher region. We ain't ready for that, Scoob. I always pray to God when I'm at work. Helps me do my best. Hey, if you feel the need, pray. Even when you don't feel the need, prayer isn't a bad idea. Pray. Praise the Omniscient. That statue is looking at that statue like he just said something stupid. It's like, what did you just say to me?
He probably did.
Alright, is my dude literally just out in the open? Was there any heated discussions when you guys talk about the Bible and different sects in Christianity? You mean on the channel? We've had some discussions about that. I don't think anything got too terribly heated. We have gotten passionate in talking about them. But with other people online, we've occasionally had. I've seen some heated discussions. from non-believers and also from other denominations. I got a buddy who's looking into Roman Catholicism right now, and we've had some interesting discussions.
Oh, I've had more than interesting.
Yeah, you've had the more you've found the more hostile ones from the I-Catholics and Ortho Bros. He's helped me rescue a lot of people since I started my lifeguard job. Oh, power to you on that one. All right. The way he's moving around, I'm not sure if he is the banker or is he... Okay, I just scooted in on him, so he's not the leader of the region. What do you mean, an untracked target? Hippocrates is not here, so we're not even going to bother with that. We're going to focus on taking care of this dude. Unfortunately, he's a tough customer. I'm going to need to start gaining some stuff. Sorry, bud. I need to gain some points. I saw you kill a man. This is your last warning. Don't do that again. Stop stabbing people. In my country, Islam discussions will sometimes turn into two men trying to mock and insult each other. Mock and insult each other. And that can happen in any form of a discussion, but from what I've seen of a lot of Islamic, I'm not sure polemics is the right word, but like I know it's like dawah. Like what I see a lot is that a lot of that can be a lot of chest beating, and because in certain Islamic cultures, there's a very big sort of idea of like you show strength and passion, and that helps people believe you're right. Because I remember David Wood talking about like when he was with before Shabir, not Shabir Ali, he was the guy doing the debate before Nabil Qureshi converted to Christianity. They wanted to see a debate against, I believe, Mike Lacona and Shabir Ali, and Mike apparently did a very good job of doing all that. And then, but Shabir Ali, he kind of fumbled here and there, but he was at least coherent because Shabir Ali is one of the more calm debaters from the Islamic side. And afterwards, everyone was like, "Yeah, Mike won," and Shabir and Nabil was like, "Oh, what are you talking about? Shabir won. He was, no, it wasn't Shabir Ali because he noted this guy as being super passionate, but he's like, yeah, this guy was like, no, he was correct because he was the one that was most passionate, and that was wild to him." All right. Hey, buddy. Oh, shoot. Oh, don't run. You'll only die tired. What? Again, civilians just like, all right, this is my chance to throw hands. Now I gotta lure you boys away. Especially young people. Yeah, well, that's the thing with the young people in general, and I see this with the I-Catholics and the Ortho Bros and some Protestants too. A lot of like whatever philosophy or theology they pick, it's not about whether they believe it's right, which typically they do at least at first. It's about I have to prove I'm right, and I have to show that I'm better than you because of X. And that can be very frustrating for people even up on those sides, because like if I see someone that we share the same theological agreements, but they're being a complete jerk and just chest thumping, I'm like, you're hurting your witness, and on top of hurting your witness, you're also not putting emphasis where it needs to be, because if you're trying to spread the gospel and you're just trying to say, hey, I'm better than you, you're stupid or you're wrong or you're whatever. Again, it's just like, remember what your purpose is. You're trying to spread the love of God. And if your actions aren't particularly doing that, you may need to reevaluate what you're doing. And I'm not against necessarily like being sarcastic and the occasional joke here and there. But if your entire ministry or your entire online presence is just dedicated to mocking your opponents, and particularly if it's not even like an intellectual mocking, it's just like, haha, look, I posted a meme depicting you as the dumb guy, then it's like, then you really aren't doing much, are you? It's one of those things, because I think the best meme that actually encapsulates how you should, like, particularly as a Christian, you should feel, is like those things like furiously typing, Holy Spirit just gives you that look, and you're like, sigh, delete. Like, I feel that a lot, just like, because I have written out, like, huge, like, multi-page long comments on certain things, like, I'm going to show this guy, and then I'm like, no, that's not Christ-like, and then I stop. By the way, who'd they send to come kill me? Our neighborhood split between Southern Baptists and Hispanic Catholics, and it was somewhat not careful, full-on fight. Catholics, a full-on fight would break out over the dumbest debate you could ever see. Thankfully, I never saw those debates heavily break out in person. Again, it's just restricted to online. But occasionally you will have debates break out, and sometimes I think they then get rather silly and kind of miss the point. Ooh, someone below me is... Margarita the Glutton. Margarita the Glutton carries the memories of Kurnos with her, the wild nights that turned dark, turned bloody, that one night that caused her to flee, to hide, to kill, to survive, and survive she did. I respect everyone's religious beliefs as long as they do not harm me or affect me. That's why I love the way you and Raven make speech religion. You guys are very chill and trying to spread. Thank you. And it's one of those things. I don't mind people getting passionate, but there's a time and place for everything. And so, like, I've seen David Wood. He's one of the guys really. He will mock Islam, but when you see what he's working with and responding to, it's like, okay, I kind of understand the philosophy of why he does what he does. But if, like, I see Raven oftentimes, like, he'll be on the Twatter, and he'll be dealing with, and he'll respond to people that are, like, that'll say something absolutely out of pocket, and you're just like, that doesn't even make rational sense. Why would you say that? It's like, it's one thing to be mocking, it's one thing to be sarcastic, it's another thing to be, like, insufferable. Oh, they've got the body on lockdown. I'm trying to confirm the cultist kill. Come get me. Give me that. Trying to kill me with a broom, my dude? Come get me, glutton. Oh, you got a puppy. Hey, Lark, who's your favorite dragon in media? Mine is Draco from Dragonheart. Great choice. Favorite dragon in media? That's a hard one. Because I don't know, because, like, in terms of, like, personality, I really like Durnavir and Parthenax from Skyrim. In terms of design, I like the classical dragon design you see in stuff like, you know, 4 legs, wings, all that. I almost want to say this Charizard count, because I remember as a kid being obsessed with them. Because who doesn't love a good Charizard? But yeah, it's hard for me to say, because I just like dragons in general. Maturing is realizing that most people never grew out of high school drama, and it's the reason the world is the way it is. Ain't that the truth? I like Eastern dragons. Oh, absolutely. But you know, just saying this, my favorite Eastern-style dragon is Yao Ming from Warhammer Fantasy, if you know what I'm talking about. Because, fellas, can we all agree that if dragons could turn into humans, we would all be trying to hit that up? And it's this conversation that's going to be played out at St. Peter's Gate. It's like, care to explain what you meant there? Not really, but can you imagine? European dragons were massive. Depends on the region. I remember I was in elementary school, and we had the Scholastic Book Fair. Some of you still remember. And there was a book on, like, becoming a dragonologist, and it was like this whole description of, like, how to become, like, a professional dragonologist and, like, different types of dragons and the stuff like that. Oh my gosh, me and Raven read that book religiously. Are all European dragons evil in folklore? I don't believe in all of them. In certain cases, they're more of evil and more of just like a natural creature that kind of needs to be dealt with. But a lot of times dragons do contend with a sort of a negative aspect. Because keep in mind, like in the book of Revelations in the Bible, you have like the dragon that is going to be like the adversary. Or the adversary is described as a dragon. So there is a negative connotation that is associated with that. Alright. So, let's see. You took the head out on me. I'm going to have to kill you eventually. But you, Mr. Maritobos, you decided you thought you should kill me. I'm going to go get this viewpoint so I can fast travel back here, and then I'm coming for you. I look for armor that shame most people don't read anymore. Well, sad thing is, there's a lot of people that still do read. Unfortunately, they're reading smut. Goes to the Red Dragon in Welsh mythology is the guardian protector of Wales. Yes, you're right. Put that son of a gun on a flag, and listen, I'm not Welsh, but I gotta give him this. That's a baller idea for a flag. What should we put on our flag? A dragon. Okay, they win. I love Old Glory, I really do, but if we could find a way to fit a dragon on our flag, we absolutely should have. Because the question is, why should we put a dragon on our flag? Why not? Do you not like dragons? I based my Warden for Honor off of him. Cool! That's well. The old Imperial Chinese flag was cool too. Yeah, the Qing Dynasty flag. Because they're like, you know what would be baller? A dragon on a flag! Can you do a Welsh accent or at least a British accent? I can do something of a British accent. Well, the British accent can be done in numerous sorts of ways, but the thing is there's a wide variety of British accents. You have the more posh upper-class accents. And of course, you have your more Cockney accent and other stuff like that. In Yellowstone, there's actually a dragon legend similar to Western dragons. Interesting. I've been to Yellowstone. I'm not familiar with that. Sorry, Hippocrates, not talking to you, even though you're not there. Actually, that may be why I'm not talking to you. But yeah, when it comes to accents, though, the one that I do semi-decently is my Irish accent, because I've done two different... It's not because I had to. It's because I wanted to. And now I'm going to go back, because I realized right after I jumped that he had loot on him. But yeah. I've done two different D&D characters that have had Irish accents, and so that's the one I have the most practice with. And also, when St. Patrick's Day rolls around and I'm working that day, I typically spend the whole day talking in an Irish accent just to bamboozle the kids. Though Raven has actually fooled people at work into thinking he's actually from Dublin, Ireland. Fooled a Brit too, which was even funnier.
Well, let's go.
Raven. Raven.
Yeah.
Didn't you fool a British guy into thinking you were from Ireland?
Yep. Sure did.
Favorite flag of all time is the Go-Turk flag, which is a blue flag with a wolf head in it. Cool. Always have to have good iconography. Ah, Kai. I was wondering when you'd send another scrub. I don't like having to kill all these puppies all the time. I hope you know that.
Off we go now.
Anyway, let me check on the new gear I got. Oh, we got some more information on her. She is a spy. She is in the shadow. She is waiting in an agora. Okay, okay. Finally, some improved assassin gear. Thank you. It's like it's about bloody time. You know, these Athenians are giving me so much irritation, I think I might hand this area over to the Spartans. Because the Athenians just love putting hits out on my life for some reason. It's like they get upset when I kill their people. It's odd. Why do they stop making cool flags? Even our state flags look kind of bland. My home state is literally just a pelican. It's kind of weird. With state flags, it's kind of an interesting history. A lot for the first part of American history, most... did she actually follow me out here?
Careful in this area.
Well, sorry, you're not getting a paycheck, sweetie. But for the... How does she know I'm in here? You know what? Fine. We'll deal with her first. But the issue is, like, most states did not have a flag starting out. Only a few did, like South Carolina was one of the first to have a flag because we developed our flag in the Revolutionary War, thanks to the Battle of Sullivan's Island, or the Battle of Fort Moultrie. And when the Civil War came around, suddenly there was an urge to, like, have flags. The South, I would argue, did a better job of producing cool flags, because a lot of northern states, their big thing was like, oh, we're going to slap our state seal on a blue banner, and that's it. And so in modern days, a lot of states have been kind of like, okay, we got to update that somehow because all of our flags look the same. So you have like Utah, which comes up with one with the beehive, and I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And then like Minnesota, I'm like, that's it. Don't want to do a little like sky's the limit here, and you decided to be a little. Ladies and gentlemen, my father has become 50 years old. Oh, we'll tell him I said happy birthday. Not every day the old man gets to the big 5-0. So she decided to come into the camp. I thought she might follow me out. But yeah, as far as other flags, when flags started to get popular, a lot of them wanted to try and base it off of the, since they were moving away from monarchies in a lot of situations, they were trying to, a lot of them based it off of the tricolor flag of the French Revolution, which is where you get the Irish flag, where you get the Italian flag and stuff like that, or the Belgian flag and all that. And I think those are really, really boring. I get that they're like, hey, cheaper to make, and not, because they don't require as much material and aren't as intricately designed. But, like, take Germany, for example. The Prussian flag, the Prussian-inspired flag, looks so cool compared to just, look, 3 colored bars. Oh, boy. I sure hope we don't have anyone else that takes that idea. Like, give the Scandinavians some credit. At least they might be using the cross, but still solid design, and at least it looks, something to look at rather than just, oh yeah, 3 colored bricks. It just irks me is all.
That was definitely a whistle.
Yes, that was a whistle. Come check it out. See what happens. Sucker. Now to hide the body. Hopefully you're not been lathering yourself in olive oil. I can't have you catching fire right now. Imagine your draw your country's flag competition. Your country is Wales. Oof. Yeah, I get that. And then some people will point out, like, hey, sometimes you do this and your flag is hard to draw. Which still irritates me because, like, CP Project Gray or whatever, I forget his full name, but he did, like, a state flag ranked, and he rated South Carolina low, even though it checked off all of his, all all of his criteria for making a good flag, but he criticized, like, why do you use a palmetto tree? I know you like them, but they're harder to draw. And I'm like,
it shows he's a dipshit who didn't do any history research.
yeah, because he's like, well, you should be using the southern oak. And I'm like, you moron. And then he said this is boggles my mind. It's like people might think this is California.
Why the F would you think that?
And I'm like, I want you to compare the California flag to the South Carolina flag. One literally says California Republic on it. If you show kids these two flags, are they really going to have trouble telling which one's which? And then what's crazy is then he goes to North Carolina, and North Carolina's flag, even though it breaks some of his criteria for making a good flag, he's like, yeah, but I like it, so we're going to go, and I'm just like, you son of a biscuit. And I lost all respect for him right then and there because you do not mock my flag. I like South Carolina's flag. It is a cool flag.
Well, I lost respect for him because he blatantly disregarded his own rules and blatantly said that he was going to check off one that was okay just because I like it.
Yep.
Look, here's the thing. I may make mistakes when I do stuff like executions graded. I may make errors in my bias and I slip through, but I don't blatantly just say, oh, you know what? This breaks a lot of my rules, but I like it, so I'm just going to forgive it and let it break the rules.
Yep. I actually stopped watching the video after a little bit after that, because like, no, you can't pull that crap with me. You do not disrespect my state like that. Particularly when we have one of the oldest flags in the country, and you're gonna do me dirty like that. Alex, I said, thank you, Captain. Yeah. And that's not to say there aren't other states that have cool flags. I think Ohio, as much as I like to pick on Ohio, I think their flag is cool. Because they're like, why should we use just a regular rectangle? We want to be different. You're like, you know what? It works for you. I still think the Buckeye is a stupid mascot, and I will die on that hill. And yes, I am still salty about a competition we lost when I was like 5. Which state is hardest to live in? I think it depends on what you're planning on doing. I would say California, simply because there's a lot of crazy laws and legislation that you have to go through, and like the cost of living is just so high. There's a reason why a lot of people have been fleeing California, just because that cost of living, man. I am so lucky he did not spot me. Alright, we got a few more, and then this outpost is done. We must conquer the lands known as California. I think we just need a quarantine zone. Not even on the entirety of California. I just think on, like, the Bay Area, LA, and maybe San Diego and Sacramento. Because there's a lot of nice people that live in California. I met some of them. And it's just... And here's the thing, like... They can do so much better. California is a beautiful state. It's just, I don't understand the decisions and why they do. And oh, that's hot. Why they make some of the decisions that they do. Like recently, they made a decision like we're going to try and prioritize giving government contracts to those that are to businesses that have LGBTQ personnel. And I'm like, okay, one, I think that's a federal violation, but how are you going to prove that? It seems an odd thing to just prove. I understand, like, hey, you don't want to discriminate against them, but actively trying to give contracts to them, that's weird. Like, shouldn't it be like, hey, who can do the job fastest? A lot of Texas, but I feel our could be cooler history of how we came to be cool. Well, Texas has a very fascinating history to it. And also, you're lucky because a lot of the textbooks in the country are manufactured in Texas, so they're probably going to get your history much better than other places. Well, actually, I think a lot of the early history of Texas, particularly with American settlement in the region, needs to be better studied by a lot of school children because a lot of it gets glossed over because people misunderstand how Americans wound up.
Only so many places he can...
He figured it out too late. Oh well, now back to burning stuff. Ho ho! And that is another military camp complete. Okay, let's say you're a family man. You have a beautiful wife and 2 children, and you only have one in the family who works a job. Which state would be best for you? I'd have to look at like gross income because it depends on what job you're looking for. Because you can make anything. I would probably say I would probably want to see. You can make it in South Carolina, Wyoming, Montana. I think you could probably get away with relatively well. I would probably start looking. I would be looking for a state that doesn't have as many people that live in it, like New York, California, or even Texas. Though I love Texas. And just trying to see where would be. Tennessee, I know, has been popular for a lot of people to sort of move out to and escape. But me personally, I'm content living in Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas can be nice. I like living in South Carolina, though. But if I was trying to just like, if I could live anywhere in the state and just to raise the kids, I'd probably try and live in the Midlands area, maybe Spartanburg or Greenville. Greenville would be nice because it'd be close to the mountains. But South Carolina, we're a very blessed state because we have mountains and coastline all in one small state. Which there are other states that do have that package, but I feel blessed having grown up here. Oklahoma's a pretty good place. It is a pretty good place to live. Yeah, I had actually a cousin that lived there for a while until the Navy rotated him out. He enjoyed it. Harrow's Watch. Interesting. Voting against crime rate and education for the sake of your choice. Okay, crime rate and education. Then places, cost of living is going to be higher, but New England, like Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, those would probably be better if you could afford it. Crime rate in South Carolina, we have some high crime rate in certain areas, but if you know where to go, you're probably going to be just fine. Again, someplace like Tennessee would probably be good location to consider. I also heard Indiana has some nice spots to it. I'd say Ohio, but everyone seems to be fleeing Ohio for various reasons. Because they keep moving down here. And also another thing I'm going to recommend, if you ever move to an area that has a high number of tourists going through it, get used to dealing with tourists. Because it's one of the funniest things that'll just like, I have people, like, their families move to my location, and then I teach their kids, and their kids are like, gosh, the tourists can't drive, they can't do this and this, and like, I wish they would all go away. It's like, you realize if they go away, the economy dies. Arkansas is pretty dang quiet. It's a big nature state. Education is a mixed bag. It really depends on the school. If, this might sound weird coming from a guy who works in the public education system, I would prefer to to a private school if possible. So to kind of nullify that factor. Yeah, I got a little bit of a fixer-upper on that temple over there. I mean, this one I'm on top of seems nice, but that one maybe got a little exposed to the sea air a bit too long. Swan dive into the rose pile. Wow! Alright, so central region on the map. Sort of kind of, it's central. It's not quite like smack dab central of the United States. It's like the Nebraska-Kansas line. Kansas line. It's a little bit east of that. Alright, I'm going to move back here so that next time when we get on, we can go straight to the doctor, or at least start his quest line, so we can learn more about Mommy Dearest and hopefully find a few more cultists to whack. I wanted at least to get one, and we managed to get one, though There was a little bit of insanity. The public does not like me. Anytime they see me commit murder, they don't run away or flee. They grab brooms and rakes and swords and we're coming for you. It's a wild experience, to be sure. What do you think of Alaska? Is it good for a winter vacation? I'm sure there's some charm to it. I would probably rather visit Alaska when I wouldn't be freezing. But then again, I was born and raised in the South, so I'm not the best at dealing with cold weather. I like the occasional snow when I get to see it because it's kind of a novelty. Living in it, though, I'm not sure. But that's not to knock on Alaska. Beautiful state, got some lovely people in it. But I'm not sure that's where I want to go. But vacation, maybe not for the winter. I might want to go check it maybe in the fall or spring. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to have to be where we end it because it is starting to get late. And can't really start any new mission without it kind of carrying over the time we had intended. But appreciate you all for sticking with me. Me and Raven always love having you guys pop in. And we will see you all next time. So until then, fellas, take care and have a good night.